Ethan Cole had always believed he was a good husband. He worked long hours as a financial consultant in Chicago, paid every bill on time, and never forgot anniversaries. From the outside, his marriage to Lily looked perfect, the kind of relationship people envied on social media. But perfection, as it turned out, was only surface deep. It started the year Ethan got promoted. More money, more travel, more late nights. At first, Lily was proud of him. She bragged to her friends about his success, waited up for him when he came home exhausted, and even redecorated his home office as a surprise. But success changed Ethan in ways he didn't notice, or didn't want to. He grew distant, distracted, always on his phone. And then, there was Vanessa. She was a client, confident, glamorous, and exciting in a way that felt far removed from Ethan's quiet suburban life. What began as business dinners slowly turned into private drinks, then hotel rooms. Ethan told himself it meant nothing. "It's just stress," he whispered to his reflection once. "It doesn't change how I feel about Lily." But lies have weight, and eventually, they crush everything beneath them. Lily discovered the affair by accident. Ethan had left his laptop open on the kitchen counter while showering. A message popped up. "Last night was unforgettable. Miss you already, red heart, Vanessa." Lily's hands trembled as she opened the thread. Photos, hotel confirmations, months of messages. Her heart didn't shatter, it burned. When Ethan walked out of the bathroom, towel around his neck, he froze. Lily was sitting at the table, laptop open, eyes red, silent. "How long?" she asked quietly. Ethan tried to speak, but no words came. That silence was answer enough. The days that followed were a storm. Screaming, crying, plates shattered against walls. Lily cycled through grief, rage, and numbness so quickly it terrified even her. Ethan begged. "It was a mistake. I love you. I'll end it. I swear." But trust, once broken, doesn't respond to promises. One night, after another argument, Lily went very still. Too still. She looked at Ethan with a calmness that unsettled him more than anger ever had. "You took something from me," she said. "So I'll take something from you." Ethan frowned. "What does that mean?" She smiled faintly. "You'll see." A week later, Ethan's world collapsed again, but differently this time. His bank called first. "Mr. Cole, we're flagging unusual activity on your joint accounts." He logged in. Balances, $0. Savings, gone. Investment account, liquidated. Credit lines, maxed out. His stomach dropped. He rushed home. Lily was sitting on the couch, scrolling her phone peacefully. "What did you do?" he demanded. She didn't look up. "I spent your money." "My money," he shouted. "Our money," she corrected coldly. He checked the transaction history in disbelief. Luxury boutiques, jewelry stores, charity donations, international transfers, a brand new sports car purchase. "You've lost your mind," Ethan yelled. Lily finally stood. "No," she said. "I lost my marriage." Her spending spree became almost legendary. She funded scholarships, paid off strangers' medical bills, donated huge sums to women's shelters. But she also indulged herself, designer clothes, 5-star trips, spa retreats. Each purchase felt like revenge and therapy. Ethan watched helplessly as years of work vanished. "You ruined me," he said one night, voice hollow. She tilted her head. "No. You did that when you chose her." Divorce papers came soon after. Ethan expected Lily to disappear with the money. But the biggest twist hadn't happened yet. Months later, Ethan received an invitation. A formal envelope. Inside was a card. Grand opening, Cole Foundation Center for Women and Families. His last name. His brow furrowed. He went, half angry, half curious. The building was massive. Press, cameras, ribbon ceremony. And at the podium, Lily. She looked different, stronger, calmer, confident. She spoke into the microphone. "A year ago, my life fell apart. I felt betrayed, worthless, and broken. But pain can either destroy you or transform you. Ethan's chest tightened. She continued, "So I chose transformation. Every dollar taken from my marriage was turned into something that helps others rebuild theirs, or escape ones that harm them." The crowd applauded. Ethan stood frozen. She stepped down and walked straight toward him. Up close, her eyes softened slightly. "You spent it on this?" he asked quietly. "Not all," she admitted. "I kept enough to start over." He swallowed. "I deserved anger," he said. "But not this." She studied him. "You thought revenge meant ruining you," she said. "It meant freeing me." They walked through the center together. Counseling rooms, legal aid offices, emergency housing units, lives being rebuilt, funded by his lost fortune. Ethan felt something unexpected. Not rage, shame, and pride. "You turned my worst mistake into something good," he said. Lily smiled faintly. "No. I turned my pain into power." He hesitated. "Is there any chance for us?" She looked at him for a long moment. The answer wasn't simple. "I forgave you," she said. "But forgiveness doesn't rewind time." His shoulders fell. Then she added, "But it also doesn't close every door." A year later, they weren't married again. But they weren't strangers either. They worked together at the foundation. Slowly, carefully, rebuilding trust the same way Lily rebuilt her life, piece by piece. Their love didn't return as fire. It returned as something quieter, stronger. And this time, it was built on truth, not illusion. Time passed, but the foundation tied their lives together in ways neither expected. At first, they kept emotional distance, polite conversations, professional meetings, careful boundaries. But working side by side in a place built from their shared pain slowly dissolved the walls between them. Ethan saw Lily in a new light. Not just as his wife, but as a leader. He watched her comfort abused women, guide lost families, and speak publicly with strength he had never noticed before. The woman he once thought he had lost had actually evolved into someone even more powerful. One evening, after a long fundraising event, they stayed behind to clean up. The building was quiet. Lights dimmed. Lily stood by the window overlooking the city. "Do you ever wish none of it happened?" Ethan asked. She thought for a long time. "I wish the pain didn't exist," she said softly. "But if it hadn't, this place wouldn't either. And neither would the person I became." He nodded. "I hate what I did," he admitted. "But working here, it's the first time I feel like I'm making something right." She turned to him. "For a long time, I wanted you to suffer the way I did," she said. "But suffering doesn't heal anything. Growth does." Silence settled between them, not heavy, but reflective. Then Ethan reached into his jacket pocket. "I wasn't sure if I should do this," he said, pulling out a small velvet box. "It's not what you think." Inside wasn't a ring, but a simple silver bracelet engraved with tiny words. "Built from the ashes." Lily's eyes filled with tears. "It's for what we created," he said. "Not for what we lost." She let him clasp it around her wrist. Their fingers lingered a second longer than necessary. Not passion, but connection. Real. Earned. As they walked out of the foundation together, the city lights reflecting in the glass behind them, Lily slipped her hand into his, not as a promise of the past, but as a quiet chance for a different future.